So I'm sitting here waiting. Scheduled this time to go shooting with people, and so far no one's shown up. So I figured I would just take a few minutes and speak openly about some of my feelings. I laugh like that because it's often when I start these little conversations, I'm not sure what's going to come out of them. But the best way to get the raw feelings or the internal issues that are going on is to just turn on the video camera and let it go. I think that for the most part in my life right now, I feel pretty secure. I feel close to the Lord. I feel like God is with me. And then there's this other piece, kind of a gnawing sensation almost, that says you're utterly alone. You're going to have to do this on your own. When I say this, I think really I'm referring to life and my calling. That eventually everyone will abandon. And I guess planning this men's event and seeing no one in the parking lot to come to it probably is bringing some of that up in me. I felt kind of an array of emotions this morning. Like, well, maybe no one will show up. I can just go back home and hang out with my kids. No one will show up, so I'll be able to rest before I go to work. So there's all these reasons for thinking, well, that's okay. But I think the deeper feelings are that eventually I will have to do life alone. But, it reminds me, I was just thinking about this, it reminds me of what Jesus had to go through the night of his arrest and betrayal and all of that. And all of his disciples deserted him as he went to the cross. They all deserted him. We knew Judas was going to. Judas was the betrayer. But John? Peter? And it reminds me of I think it's Julius Caesar. I can't remember. My head's like, I can't remember right now, but I think it's Julius Caesar that says Et tu, Brute? The point's still the same. The point is that even the closest will abandon you. If you're living like Christ, if you do what he tells you to do, if you follow what the ancients called the Holy Spirit, even the closest will abandon you. Doesn't that make you step back and think, is this Christianity thing really worth it? What have I signed up for? What are we signing up for as Christians? Because it seems like since day one, we've been told that it's this life of joy and Christ will transform you and all of these things, but what did Christ have to ultimately go through? I guess the thing I want to say to those of you who are considering Christianity, is that the life you want? Now, don't get me wrong. Is there a life of peace and, hope and wholeness and all of that? Sure, there is. That comes. But so does this other thing. Bearing the cross. That suffering in some weird way actually perfects you for the ultimate kingdom. I don't know. It's something to think about. Think about your life. Think about what you ultimately want out of it. And is Christianity really, does it really fit that bill for you? Because it seems like in our culture it's kind of the opposite. It's do all you can, be all you can, experience all you can, get as many titles as you can, gain as much popularity as you can, and get as much money as you can, and then once you've fattened yourself completely, then you die. It seems like that's what the American culture seems like. That's what Americans are looking for. That doesn't sound like joy in life to me.